What if I told you there is a power so strong that those who harness it call it a miracle? Yet, it is not magic. It is a forgotten universal law, a way to rewrite reality that has been known for centuries. Helena Blavatsky, a wise and insightful teacher, shared teachings that many overlook. She emphasized that the past exists only inside your mind, and by changing how you see it, your present and future transform effortlessly, almost like a miracle. The most remarkable part is that you do not need to tell anyone about it. You simply work silently with your inner world, and the results will speak for themselves. Stay with me, because once you understand this, your life will never be the same again. Most people believe reality to be solid and unchangeable, like a concrete wall that cannot be broken. They think the past cannot be altered, that whatever has happened is set in stone forever. But Helena Blavatsky looked at life from a different perspective. She taught that the past is a draft within your memory, malleable, open to editing. If you can change the way you view your past, your present and future will follow suit. This is not empty dreaming or chasing rainbows. It is a powerful law of the mind, unutilized by most. Instead of waiting for life to change on its own, you assume everything has already happened exactly as you desire. When you master this, changes will occur so fast that those around you might think you are a wizard. Let us break it down step by step using examples from everyday life to make this clear. Step 1. Identify what needs rewriting. Imagine if your past is not an unbreakable stone wall, but a draft written in a notebook, one that you hold the power to edit at any moment. Your memories are not just a photo album of old pictures. They are blueprints that your subconscious uses to build your reality. Everything you experience right now, your work, your relationships, your finances, your health, your mood, these are results of beliefs formed by past events. If you do not change these beliefs, your life will remain stuck, like a broken mechanism. However, if you rewrite even one memory, even a recent one, your subconscious will start reshaping reality to fit the new script. Helena Blavatsky insisted that the past is not fixed. Our minds constantly review memories like an editor revising a story. Sometimes you might not notice how certain memories become softer or more painful over time. Once you take this process into your own hands, you can craft your reality as you wish. It is like picking up a paintbrush to add bright colors, where before everything looked dull and gray. Think of an incident that did not go as you wanted. It may be a big or a small event, but it remains stuck in your mind like a splinter. Perhaps you waited for an important payment that never came. Imagine a freelancer who fulfilled an order but never got paid, which threw them off balance. Or a conflict with a close person, a friend, co-worker, or family member, where now there is an invisible frozen tension between you. Maybe you applied for a job, a course, or a project only to be rejected, as if your wings were clipped. Or you wake up with a feeling that life is a merry-go-round, and you are trapped in a dead end. These moments are your points of change. Most people accept such events as fate. They replay them endlessly in their minds, reliving every detail. Anxiety, resentment, disappointment. Without thinking, they solidify these memories, like pouring cement, making them permanent parts of their reality. It's like listening to the same sad song on repeat. It embeds in your conscience, causing you to live under its melody. But what if you could go back and rewrite that memory? What if your subconscious accepted a different version of the past? One where everything turned out exactly as you dreamed. Here is how to do it. Start by selecting one event. Do not try to rewrite your whole life at once. Begin with something concrete that troubles you. A recent moment with a lingering echo, or even something from far back that still affects you. For example, imagine a young woman who recently went to a job interview. She prepared for days, learned all possible questions, but got nervous during the meeting, stumbled over her words, and did not get the job. Every time she thinks about it, she feels like a failure. She replays the moment her voice shook and the skeptical glance from the interviewer, which convinces her she cannot handle such tasks. Now she chooses to rewrite this memory. Instead of seeing herself as confused, she imagines confidently entering the room, answering questions clearly with a smile, and receiving approving nods. She feels pride and certainty that the job is already hers. This is not just fantasy. She is creating a new template for her subconscious which will begin altering her reality. Another example comes from a man who dreams of starting his own business, say making custom furniture. Recently, he offered his services to a local company but was rejected with a remark that his work wasn't suitable. Now he feels crushed, as if his dream is impossible. Rather than dwelling on the refusal, he starts rewriting memories. He pictures himself entering the office, showing his designs, and hearing, "This is exactly what we need. Let's work together." He feels joy and pride as if his furniture is already displayed in a showroom. This new narrative boosts his confidence and changes his approach to future negotiations. Now it is your turn. Recall a moment that upset you. Maybe you were late for an important meeting because of traffic, ruining your day. Perhaps you had an argument with a friend, leaving tension between you. Maybe you started a new hobby such as learning to paint or jogging but quit quickly, thinking you were no good at it. Pick one event, big or small, and rewrite it in your imagination. If money did not come, imagine you received it a week ago. See yourself opening your banking app, finding the right amount, and feeling relief as you pay bills or buy something nice. If you had a conflict, replay the conversation, but now it unfolds peacefully. Imagine the other person smiling and agreeing with you. Feel the warmth of mutual understanding. If you got rejected, envision a call or message saying, "Congratulations, you have been accepted," and feel the excitement as if it already happened. Why is feeling important? The key is not only to see the picture, but to fully experience the moment. You are not watching a movie inside your head. You are living it. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. It reacts to emotions you invest. If you quietly picture that everything went another way, it may not work because your mind won't believe it. But if you feel joy, relief, and confidence as if it is already true, your subconscious accepts it as fact. For example, if you rewrite a moment when you didn't receive money, do not just imagine numbers on the screen. Feel your tension easing. Calmly plan how you will spend it. Rejoice buying something for yourself or loved ones. Wondering which event to start with? Think about what worries you the most right now. It could be something that stops you from moving forward. A sense of failure, offense, or fear. For instance, a woman who quarreled with her sister over something trivial may choose that moment. She recalls their shouting, which still gnaws at her, and decides to rewrite it. Now she imagines them calmly talking, laughing, and sharing tea together, feeling warmth and closeness as if the argument never happened. Or a teenager who was mocked at school picks the moment of humiliation. Instead, he imagines himself joking easily with classmates, everyone laughing with him, feeling accepted and confident. Pause right now, take a deep breath, and select one event to rewrite. Don't delay. Starting now begins dissolving old reality, letting a new one take shape. This is the first step to taking control of your life. Step 2. Solidify your new reality through repetition. Once you have chosen your event and rewritten it in your imagination, it is time to anchor this new reality. This is the most crucial part where many stumble. They imagine the changed event once, then wait for the world to be turned upside down overnight. But Helena Blavatsky emphasized that success requires perseverance. Your subconscious does not update the script with a single thought. It needs repetition. Like a plant needs water to root and bloom. You are not just imagining another story. You are rewriting history in your mind until it becomes the only truth it knows. When and how to do this? The best time is before falling asleep, when you are relaxed and almost drifting off. In this calm, near-sleep state, your mind becomes open like a blank sheet, ready to accept new ideas. This is when the barriers between conscious and subconscious thin, allowing you to record a new reality easily. Lie down, close your eyes, relax, and start replaying your new memories. But don't just watch them like a movie. Live them as if you are there in that moment. Imagine, for example, a student who failed an important exam. Instead of recalling red marks on the paper or a stern teacher's look, picture opening the results to find the highest grade. See numbers or letters confirming your success. Feel pride swelling in your chest, relief spreading through your body, and happiness as you call family or friends to share the news. Hear their congratulations and see your own smile, knowing everything went well. This is not a simple image. It is an emotional imprint that your mind accepts as truth. Another example. A woman had an argument with a coworker that went out of control, and she now feels depressed, stuck replaying each sharp word. Instead, she begins rewriting her memory. Each night before sleep, she imagines the same talk happening peacefully. She speaks confidently, sees the coworker nodding in agreement, and they part with smiles. She senses warmth from the resolution, confidence in her respected status. She does not just see the scene but feels tension melting, her shoulders relaxing, and breathing freer. Why is repetition so essential? Your subconscious is not a button to press once for a result. It learns through habit, through practice. Think about a childhood memory etched firmly like a stone, such as your first bicycle ride or birthday celebration. It feels real because you replayed it many times and told the story often. Rewriting works the same way. Repeat your new memory until it becomes as real as any other. Gradually, the old version where everything went wrong begins fading like a photo left in the sun, while the new one takes its place. 3 key elements of rewriting are emotions, repetition, and consistency. Emotions act as fuel. The subconscious does not respond to empty pictures, but to feelings. If you rewrite memories about money, feel confidence and calm knowing the money is there. If it's about relationships, feel joy and warmth in understanding. If it's opportunity, feel exhilaration like you already have it. For instance, a man who missed a hoped-for raise imagines his boss saying, "You earned this promotion." He feels pride, relief, and happiness while planning what to do with the money. He doesn't just see the scene but feels his heart beating faster with joy. Repeat until it feels natural. The goal is not forcing belief, but making the new version so real that you forget the old one. Play your new memories each night like your favorite song. Don't rush. Let them root deeply. A young man who lost a chance to study abroad imagines opening an email that reads, "Congratulations, you are accepted." He feels delight, begins packing, and pictures saying goodbye to loved ones. Nights later, this memory is as vivid as any other, and his mind starts believing it's true. Be consistent. Don't try once and quit. Think of the subconscious as a garden. What you water grows. If you keep feeding old negative memories, they thrive like weeds. But if you nurture new positive ones, they take root and become your reality. Set a rule. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each night rewriting. It is like brushing your teeth, a simple habit that changes everything over time. One more example. A teenager feeling like an outcast in school chooses to rewrite when classmates laughed at him. Instead, he imagines joking easily with them, everyone laughing together, feeling accepted. He visualizes friends inviting him to sit with them, teachers praising his answers. Night after night, feeling confidence and warmth, his real life begins reflecting this change. He acts braver, and classmates respond friendlier. His new belief shifts not only thoughts but behavior, and others notice. Why does this work? Your past is not a set of fixed facts but a story your subconscious tells itself. Changing this story changes reality. The mind does not argue or check what objectively happened. It trusts what you repeatedly tell it. Rewriting your past instructs your subconscious. This is now the truth. Then it adjusts present and future accordingly, like upgrading software on a computer. Once the new version is installed, everything functions differently. The final step is silence and trust. This is the hardest part because it requires patience and faith. People rewrite memories, sense change, and immediately want to share with the world. They call friends, post on social media, tell family, "I'm trying something amazing." Or worse, they start searching for proof. Money arrived. People treat me better. I look different. The moment they do this, the process breaks down, like taking a cake out too early before it's baked. Helena Blavatsky taught that faith in the new reality is stronger than seeking evidence. If you want this method to work, keep it secret and trust that everything is already in motion. Why keep it quiet? Imagine your subconscious as wet clay. When you press a new pattern into it, then immediately touch and check if it worked. You smear the design. It is like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it sprouted. You give it no chance to grow. When you talk about your process or seek validation, you send signals of doubt. This weakens the faith needed to change reality. Here is an example. A woman wanted to repair family bonds after a big fight that felt like a wall grew between them. She rewrote memories, imagining a warm family evening with laughter and hugs. She felt love and closeness as if no quarrel had happened. But the next day, she called her mother to test if anything changed. Her mother responded coldly, and she got discouraged, quitting the rewriting. If she had stayed silent and trusted the process, changes would have come on their own. Another story. A man looking for a new apartment faced repeated rejections. He began rewriting memories of the last refusal, picturing the landlord calling to say, "The apartment is yours. Let's sign the contract." He felt relief and joy unpacking boxes in his mind. But then he told a friend, who laughed and said, "Good luck with that." Doubt crept in and he stopped rewriting. If he had stayed quiet and persistent, his reality might have turned around. How to do this? It is simple but requires discipline. Don't tell anyone. Don't share your practice with friends, family, or colleagues. Don't post on social media. Even if you feel like shouting about how amazing it works, keep it to yourself. Your mind is your private garden, not a public park to invite crowds trampling over it. Avoid seeking proof. Don't check your bank accounts every 5 minutes for money. Don't analyze people's behavior to decide if something changed. This is like watching a kettle, expecting it to boil. It only happens when you look away. Trust that the process is happening, even if you don't see it yet. Live as if your rewritten past is already a reality. If you rewrote a financial moment, act with inner calm as if the money is truly there. Not carelessly spending, but with peace inside. If you rewrote a conflict, talk to that person as if it is already resolved. Why does this work? Most people live by, "I'll believe it when I see it." They check accounts, emails, or relationships to decide the truth. But this lets the tail wag the dog. To create reality, you must first believe. Proof will follow. Reality does not change when you watch it. A caterpillar does not become a butterfly by staring in the mirror. A seed does not grow when you dig it up every day. The sun does not rise because you wait for it. It simply appears. That is how this law works. Do not wait for proof. Know it will come because you have already rewritten the past. Why does this seem miraculous? It feels like magic because it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Most people are passengers, simply drifting along, reacting to what fate throws at them. If something goes wrong, they shrug and say, "That's life." But Helena Blavatsky's method changes the game. You do not react to reality. You create it. By rewriting your past, you tell your subconscious what is now true. And it works diligently to make that truth your reality. Consider a young woman who always felt unlucky in love. Every relationship ended in disappointment, and she began thinking she would never meet the right person. Then she learned this method. She picked a recent painful moment, an unsuccessful date after which the guy stopped answering. Instead of replaying his silence, she imagined the date went perfectly. They laughed, connected, and agreed to meet again. She felt joy and confidence, knowing she was valued. Each night she replayed this new memory until it felt as real as any other. A few weeks later, she met someone new, and everything unfolded in ways she had never expected. Her new belief, built on the rewritten past, changed her reality. Another story involves a man dreaming of opening a coffee shop. He prepared a business plan, but was denied a loan by the bank. Feeling his dream was crushed, he started rewriting memories each night, envisioning the bank manager calling with approval. "Your loan is granted. We are happy to support your project." He felt relief and excitement imagining choosing a location, ordering furniture, and welcoming the first customers. A month later, unexpectedly, a friend offered to invest in his idea. This is not magic. It is your subconscious working because it believed in the new reality. The method works because your subconscious is always listening. It does not argue or question. It simply accepts what you feed it. If you feed stories of failure, it creates a life around them. But if you provide stories of success, harmony, and abundance, it begins building that reality. Imagine it like gardening. You choose the flowers you want to bloom. Your life is your garden, and you decide what grows. If you are ready to try, here is a step-by-step plan. Choose an event. Find a past moment that troubles you. It can be small, like missing a bus, medium, like a fight with a neighbor, or major, like failing an exam or being rejected for a job. Begin with something emotionally charged but manageable, so you experience the method's power. Rewrite it. Close your eyes, relax, and visualize the scene unfolding differently, vividly, and with details. If it involves money, see it arriving and being peacefully spent. If about relationships, picture warm smiles and peaceful conversations. If opportunities, imagine positive messages or calls with great news. Feel the emotions, joy, relief, confidence. Repeat each night before sleep while relaxed. Spending 5 to 10 minutes, replay your new version until it feels as real as your old memory. Be patient. Repetition makes it true. Keep silent. Tell no one, not even close friends or family. Avoid checking if it worked. Trust the process. Tell yourself silently, "This is already rewritten." This simple affirmation helps the mind cement the new reality. For example, a woman afraid of public speaking rewrites a failed presentation by picturing herself confident and praised. Repeating this nightly, her next presentation improves, and colleagues applaud. This method is not a quick fix, but a new way of living. Start small to experience success. When you see changes, gain confidence. Then tackle bigger challenges. Lost jobs, broken relationships, deferred dreams. Every memory you rewrite puts you back in control of your life. You are no longer drifting downstream. You choose your direction. Helena Blavatsky gave us a tool to do more than just live. We can create our reality. Your past is not chains holding you back. It is clay you can shape however you want. Try this method today. Pick a moment, rewrite it, repeat, keep silent, and watch as your reality adjusts. When your results arrive, and they will speak louder than any words. Now that you grasp this powerful truth and understand the steps to reshape your reality, we are ready to dive deeper into techniques that help you align your subconscious even more effectively. Let's move forward and explore how to amplify this practice for lasting transformation. Mastering the art of mental rehearsal and emotional immersion. Imagine a power so profound that those who wield it call it a miracle. Yet, it is no miracle at all. It is an ancient law rediscovered, a method to rewrite the reality you live in. Helena Blavatsky, a wise and enigmatic teacher, shared knowledge that many have overlooked for centuries. She believed that by changing the past within your mind, you can transform both your present and your future as if by magic. Though no one else needs to be told, simply practice this quietly, and the results will speak for themselves. Stay with me, because once you grasp this, your life will never be the same. Most people hold the belief that reality is as unshakable as a concrete wall. They think the past is set in stone, fixed forever and beyond alteration. Yet, Blavatsky saw the world differently. She taught that the past exists only in your mind. If you can change the way you perceive your history, then your current life and every day to come will follow suit. This is no idle fantasy or futile chasing of rainbows. It is a powerful law of the mind, a law often unacknowledged and seldom used. Instead of waiting for life to change on its own, this approach assumes everything has already happened as you desire. Mastering this empowers you to manifest changes so rapidly that onlookers might think you possess some kind of sorcery. Let us explore this step by step, woven with everyday examples, so it becomes clear. First, identify the memory you want to rewrite. Consider, what if the past is not a wall of concrete impenetrable to change? What if you hold the power right now to edit it like a rough draft in a notebook, thereby transforming your life today, tomorrow, and beyond? Your memories are not just photo albums gathering dust. They act as blueprints from which your subconscious constructs your reality. Everything you experience currently, your job, relationships, finances, health, mood, is shaped by beliefs born from past events. If you fail to alter these beliefs, your life remains stuck, like a broken machine refusing to move forward. Yet, if you reframe even one memory, however recent, your subconscious will begin reconstructing your surroundings to fit this new script. Helena Blavatsky said that the past is not immutable. Your mind constantly revises memories like an editor revising a manuscript, adding details, shifting tones, reinterpreting events. Sometimes you might not notice how a memory becomes softer or heavier over time. But if you direct this process consciously, you can mold reality the way you want. It is like taking a paintbrush to a canvas, brightening the dull grays with vivid colors. Think of a moment that did not unfold as you wished. It may be significant or small, but it lingers in your mind like a thorn. Maybe you were waiting for a payment that never arrived. Imagine a freelancer who completed a project but was never paid, leaving them unsettled. Or consider an argument with a close friend or family member, leaving an invisible wall between you. Maybe you applied for a job, university, or important project and faced rejection, feeling as though your wings were clipped. Or you might wake every day sensing life is a hamster wheel trapping you in a dead end. These moments are seeds for transformation. Most people accept such experiences as inevitable truths. They replay these scenes in their heads endlessly, tasting every piece of anxiety, hurt, and disappointment. Without thinking, they cement these memories with cement, making them permanent fixtures in their reality. It is like listening to a sorrowful song on repeat until it seeps into the soul, dictating your life's soundtrack. But what if you could revisit these moments and rewrite them? What if your subconscious embraced a different version of the past? One where everything went as you dreamed. How to do this? Begin by choosing a single event. Do not try to rewrite your entire life at once. Start with one memory, something that bothers you now. It may be a recent incident that left a bad taste or something distant that still influences you. Consider a young woman who recently had a job interview. She prepared for days, memorized potential questions, but during the meeting, nerves overtook her. She stumbled on words and the opportunity slipped away. Every time she thinks of that day, she feels like a failure. She replays the moment her voice trembled and the skeptical eyes that judged her, convincing her she is unfit for such tasks. Yet, she chooses to rewrite this memory. Instead of seeing herself flustered, she imagines walking into the room with confidence. She answers questions clearly, with a smile, receiving approving nods. She feels pride and certainty, as though the job is already hers. This is no mere daydream. She is creating a new template for her subconscious, which will start altering her reality accordingly. Another example is a man dreaming of launching a bespoke furniture business. He recently pitched his work to a local company, but was turned down, told his pieces were unsuitable. Crushed, he felt his dream slipping away. Instead of dwelling on rejection, he rewrites his memory to envision entering the office, proudly displaying his designs, hearing the manager say, "This is exactly what we need. Let us collaborate." He feels excitement and pride as he pictures his creations displayed in a showroom. This mental exercise fuels new confidence that changes how he handles negotiations ahead. Now it is your turn. Recall a moment that upset you. Perhaps you were late for an important meeting because of traffic, ruining your day, or quarreled with a friend, creating tension. Maybe you started a new hobby, like painting or morning jogging, but gave up early, convinced you were no good at it. Pick one event, big or small, then rewrite it in your mind. If money never arrived, imagine receiving it a week ago. See yourself opening the banking app, witnessing the needed sum, feeling relief as you pay bills or enjoy a treat for yourself or loved ones. If there was conflict, replay the conversation peacefully this time. Picture the other person smiling, agreeing, and you feel warmth from mutual understanding. If rejected, picture a call or message. "Congratulations, you are accepted." Feel the joy and excitement as if it already happened. Why is feeling important? The key is not merely picturing a scene, but living it emotionally. You are not watching a film in your mind. You are experiencing the event as if you are there. Your subconscious cannot distinguish reality from vivid imagination. It reacts to the emotions you pour into it. If you coldly visualize a different outcome, nothing will change. Your mind will not believe it. But if you feel joy, relief, or confidence as if it were real, the subconscious accepts it as fact. For instance, when rewriting a memory about not getting money, do not just see numbers on a screen. Feel the tension melting away. Calm in planning expenses. Happiness in buying gifts or treats. Wondering where to start. Think about what troubles you most right now. It could be feelings of failure, resentment, or fear. For example, a woman who fought with her sister over a trivial matter might choose that moment. She recalls how they shouted, feeling that pain still gnawing inside. She decides to rewrite it, imagining them talking calmly, laughing, enjoying tea together. She senses warmth, closeness, as if the fight never happened. A teenager bullied at school might rewrite when classmates laughed at him, imagining himself joking effortlessly, everyone laughing with him. He feels accepted and confident. Pause now. Take a deep breath and select one event to rewrite. Do not delay. Begin, because this marks the moment when your old reality begins to dissolve and the new one starts forming. This is the first step toward taking control of your life. The second step is anchoring the new reality through repetition. Once you have chosen an event and rewritten it in your imagination, the crucial phase begins. Many stumble here. They imagine the new outcome once and expect the world to turn upside down overnight. Helena Blavatsky emphasized that success needs persistence. Your subconscious does not rewrite a script from a single thought. It requires repetition. Like a plant needs water to root and blossom, you are not just visualizing an alternate scenario. You are rewriting your inner story until it becomes the only truth your mind recognizes. When and how to do this? The best time to rewrite memories is before sleep, when you are relaxed and almost drifting off. In this serene twilight state, your mind is open like a blank sheet, ready to receive new ideas. The barriers between conscious and subconscious lessen, making it easier to embed your new reality. Lie down, close your eyes, relax, and replay your new memory. But do not just watch it like a movie. Live it as though you are in the moment. Imagine a student who failed a crucial exam. Instead of dwelling on red marks or a stern teacher's look, every night before sleep, he pictures opening his results and seeing the highest grade. He sees numbers or letters confirming success. He feels pride swelling in his chest, relief warming his body, joy as he calls family or friends to share the news. Picture their congratulations and the smile spreading across his face, knowing he succeeded. This is not mere imagery. It creates an emotional imprint accepted by the mind as reality. Another example involves a woman who argued with a colleague at work. The conversation spiraled out of control, leaving her feeling upset, replaying sharp words constantly. Instead, she rewrites it nightly, picturing the same chat unfolding calmly. She speaks confidently, the colleague nods, agrees, and they part with smiles. She feels warmth from resolution and confidence in respect earned. She does not just see the scene. She feels the tension melting, her shoulders relaxing, her breath easing. Why is repetition vital? Your subconscious is not a button you press once to get results. It works through habit and reinforcement. Think of a childhood memory that feels rock solid, like your first bike ride or birthday party. It seems real because you have replayed, retold, and held on to that story many times. The same applies to rewriting. Repeat your new memory until it becomes as real as any other. Gradually, the old version with its failures fades like a faded photograph, while the new one takes its place. 3 elements are key in this rewriting. Emotions act as fuel. The subconscious does not respond to empty images, but to feelings. If rewriting money issues, feel confidence and calm, knowing the funds are there. In relationships, feel joy and warmth from understanding. For opportunities, relish the excitement as if already achieved. For example, a man who missed out on a raise imagines the boss saying, "You deserve this increase." He feels pride, relief, joy, picturing how he will spend the extra income. He does not just see the moment, but feels his heart pounding with happiness. Keep repeating until it feels natural. The goal is not to force belief, but to make the new story so vivid that the old one fades away. Picture a young man who missed a chance to study abroad. He imagines receiving the acceptance letter, opens the email that says, "Congratulations, you are admitted." He feels exhilaration, starts packing, envisions farewells with family. After nights of this, the new memory becomes as real as any childhood memory, and his mind begins to believe it as truth. Be consistent. Do not try once and quit. The subconscious is like a garden. What you water grows. If you nourish old negative memories, they will flourish like weeds. But if you care for the new positive ones, they will root deeply and flower as your reality. Make it a rule to spend 5 to 10 minutes every night rewriting memories before sleep. Like brushing your teeth, this simple habit gradually changes everything. Consider a teenager feeling like an outcast at school, choosing to rewrite a moment when classmates laughed at him. Instead, he imagines joking with them, everyone laughing together. Every night he plays this scene, feeling confidence and acceptance. He sees classmates inviting him to sit with them and teachers praising his answers. Soon, he acts more boldly in life, and the friendliness of peers grows. His new belief reshapes not just his thoughts, but his behavior. Others notice the change. Why does this method work? Your past is not a static set of facts, but a story your subconscious tells itself. By changing this story, you change your reality. Your mind does not argue or verify what actually happened. It believes what you repeatedly tell it. When you rewrite the past, your subconscious aligns the present and future with the new narrative. Like updating a computer program. Once installed, everything functions differently. The final step is silence and trust in the process. This is the hardest step because it demands patience and faith. Many begin rewriting memories, sense shifts happening, and immediately want to share it. They call friends, post on social media, tell family, eager to say, "I am trying this amazing thing." Some even start seeking proof. Money arrived, people act better, I look different. But the moment they do this, the process falters, like taking a pie out before it is baked. Helena Blavatsky taught that belief in the new reality is stronger than evidence. If you want this to work, keep it secret and trust that everything is unfolding unseen. Why silence? Imagine your subconscious is like wet clay. When rewriting memories, you imprint a new pattern onto it. But if you touch it repeatedly to check if the design holds or ask others' opinions, you smear it. It is as if planting a seed, then digging it up daily to see if it sprouts. You give it no chance to root. Sharing your process or hunting for proof sends doubt signals to your mind, interrupting the magic. For instance, a woman seeking to mend family ties imagined warm, joyful evenings with laughter and closeness, erasing the fight. But the next day, she called her mother to test if things changed. The cold response disheartened her, and she abandoned the rewriting. Had she stood silent and kept faith, transformations would have arrived naturally. Another example is a man looking for a new apartment. Repeated failures made him think he would never find the right place. He rewrote his last rejection, seeing the landlord call to say, "The apartment is yours." He felt joy unpacking boxes, but then he told a friend about his technique. The friend laughed. "Good luck with that." Doubt crept in, and he stopped rewriting. If he had kept quiet and persistent, reality might have shifted in his favor. How to succeed? The method is simple but requires discipline. Do not share your practice with anyone, not friends, family, nor online, even if you are tempted to proclaim how well it works. Keep it to yourself. Your mind is your private garden, not a public square. Do not seek constant updates or analyze others' behavior for signs of change. It is like watching a kettle waiting for water to boil. It boils only when you turn away. Trust the process is working even if no signs appear yet. Live as though your new reality is already true. Accept that your rewritten memories have become facts. If you rewrote a money moment, behave as if the funds are present, not by spending recklessly, but by inner calm. If you rewrote a conflict, speak to that person as if peace prevails. This helps your subconscious solidify the new reality. Why does this work? Most people live by, "I will believe it when I see it." They check bank accounts, emails, relationships, and decide what is true based on appearances. This is like letting the tail wag the dog. To shape reality, you must first believe strongly, and the evidence will follow. Reality does not change just by staring at it. A caterpillar does not become a butterfly by looking in the mirror. A seed does not sprout by being dug up constantly. The sun rises regardless of your waiting. This is how the law works. Do not wait for proof. Know it will come because you have rewritten the past. Why does it seem like a miracle? Because this method places you in the driver's seat of your life. Most are passengers drifting with the current, reacting to what fate throws their way. When things go wrong, they shrug and say, "Life is like that." Helena Blavatsky's approach changes the game. You do not react to reality, you create it. By rewriting the past, you tell your subconscious, "This is the truth now." Like a loyal assistant, your mind does everything possible to make that truth manifest. Picture a young woman who always believed she was unlucky in love. Her relationships ended disappointingly, fostering the idea she would never find her person. Then she discovered this method. She chose a recent painful memory, an unsuccessful date after which her date stopped replying. Instead of dwelling on the silence, she imagined the date went perfectly. They laughed together, connected deeply, agreed to meet again. She felt joy and confidence, knowing she was valued. Night after night, she replayed this memory until it became as vivid as any reality. Weeks later, she met a new person, and the relationship blossomed in ways she never anticipated. Her new belief, born of rewritten past, transformed her reality. Another story involves a man dreaming of opening a cafe. He prepared a business plan but was denied a loan. Feeling his dream crumble, each night he visualized a call from the bank manager. "Your loan is approved. We are happy to support your project." He felt relief and excitement as he imagined choosing a location, furnishing it, welcoming first customers. After some time, an acquaintance unexpectedly offered to invest. No magic, just the subconscious embracing a new reality, working behind the scenes. This technique works because your subconscious always listens. It never argues or questions. It simply accepts what you feed it. Feed stories of failure, and your life builds around them. Feed stories of success, harmony, and abundance, and that becomes your life. It's like deciding what flowers to plant in your garden. You choose what blossoms. Now, if you are ready to try, here is a clear plan. Select an event from your past that troubles you. It might be small, like missing a bus or arguing with a neighbor, or something big, like failing an exam or job rejection. Start with something emotionally charged, but manageable enough to feel the method at work. Rewrite it. Close your eyes, relax, and vividly imagine the scene as you wish it had gone. See the details. If it is money, picture receiving it and using it joyfully. If relations, imagine calm, smiles, warmth. If opportunity, see an acceptance letter or exciting phone call. Feel the emotions fully. Joy, relief, confidence. Repeat this every night at bedtime for 5 to 10 minutes until the memory feels real. Be patient. This is not magic overnight, but a new way to live. When you see results, you will gain the courage to tackle bigger memories. Lost jobs, broken relationships, dreams deferred. Every time you rewrite a memory, you take control. You do not drift on the current, but choose your course. Helena Blavatsky gifted us a tool to not merely exist, but shape reality. Your past is not chains that bind you. It is clay to mold anew. Try this method today. Pick one moment, rewrite it, repeat in silence, and watch your reality align with your new story. When results arrive, and they will speak louder than words ever could. Now that you grasp the art of mental rehearsal and emotional immersion, prepare to explore how to harness these tools in daily rituals to deepen your transformation and live fully in your created reality, embracing silence and trust for manifestation. Imagine your subconscious mind as delicate clay, moldable only when treated with utmost care and patience. Helena Blavatsky, a visionary teacher who explored the depths of human consciousness, understood this truth intimately. She emphasized that the process of rewriting your past memories to reshape reality demands a silent trust and unwavering faith. Consider the many individuals who, like anonymous souls walking this path, have stumbled when they rushed to share their new reality before it was fully formed. One such person, after envisioning success in a personal project, eagerly told friends and family, seeking applause and confirmation. The moment doubt entered from the outside world, the fragile new reality began to crumble, much like clay disturbed before it dries. Helena Blavatsky's wisdom teaches that the subconscious thrives when allowed to reshape itself quietly and persistently. Free from external interference or skepticism, the power of silence in this transformative journey cannot be overstated. When you keep your intention private, you protect the sacred space where subconscious rewiring occurs. A story of a woman who wished to repair broken family relationships beautifully illustrates this point. After a quarrel breached the warmth of her home, she began reconstructing memories of happier, harmonious moments, feeling deep love and understanding with her relatives. However, her eagerness to test the waters led her to call a family member too soon. Craving signs of change, the cold response she received shattered her hope, prompting her to abandon the process prematurely. If she had only continued in quiet confidence, those healed memories might have blossomed into real reconciliation. This teaches us an invaluable lesson. The healing of the mind needs constant nourishment, unshaken by temporary setbacks or a lack of immediate proof. Bringing new memories to life is much like planting seeds in fertile soil. They require daily care through repetition, whispered assurances to yourself, and the gentle watering of emotions. Your subconscious mind does not judge these rehearsed scenarios as fantasy or reality. It reacts solely to the feelings you invest. For instance, a man dreaming to open his own business endured rejection after rejection, each one a heavy knock to his confidence. Instead of surrendering, he began envisioning each negative feedback transforming into encouragement, feeling the pride and excitement of finally securing an investor's support. This nightly ritual not only fortified his resolve, but attracted real opportunities, confirming the power of belief when nurtured quietly and consistently. Helena Blavatsky would say, "This is the alchemy of thought made manifest. By owning your internal narrative and nurturing it with emotion, you craft your world from within." It is crucial to recognize why many fail at this method. They treat their subconscious as a magical button to press once and expect instant transformation. Yet, the nature of mind and spirit demands patience and persistence. Like training a young sapling to grow strong against the wind, these newly formed beliefs must be repeatedly invoked until they become unshakable truths in your mental landscape. Consider the case of a young student who failed an important exam. Each night, instead of reliving humiliation and harsh judgment, she pictured the moment she received top marks. She felt the surge of confidence, the joy of telling loved ones, the pride swelling inside her chest. Night after night, she played this scenario vividly in her mind. Over time, her study habits changed, anxiety decreased, and she excelled in subsequent tests. This transformation was not magic. It was the subconscious gradually accepting a new storyline crafted by the student herself, a concept Helena Blavatsky often explored in her teachings. The emotional charge behind each imagined scenario is what fuels your subconscious acceptance. If you simply watch a mental scene detachedly, your mind dismisses it as mere fantasy. But when you immerse yourself with genuine feelings, joy, pride, relief, or love, your subconscious has no choice but to believe this is the new truth. Picture someone rewriting a memory of financial struggle. They do not merely picture numbers on a bank statement. Instead, they feel the weight lifting from their shoulders, the anxiety melting away, the pleasurable sense of security washing over them as they pay bills or acquire something meaningful. Such emotional depth solidifies the new memory's reality inside the subconscious realm. Helena Blavatsky's legacy reminds us that the mind is not a courtroom discussing evidence, but a receptive garden where seeds of belief grow only when nurtured with heartfelt emotion. Another vital aspect of rewriting your past is selecting the right moments to transform. It helps to start small, tackling a specific memory that causes emotional discomfort without overwhelming your consciousness. For example, a person struggling with self-doubt after a job interview might repeatedly envision a confident entrance, clear and composed answers, and an approving smile from the interviewer. Another individual burdened by a strained friendship could recreate debates into warm conversations filled with laughter and understanding. These small rewrites act like stepping stones in reshaping broader life patterns. Helena Blavatsky's teachings suggest that every change begins at the micro level, before reverberating throughout the entire landscape of one's reality. Importantly, the habit of affirming your new memories is an act of disciplined love toward yourself. Set aside a quiet moment before sleep, the time when your conscious defenses relax and your inner mind humbly listens. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and replay your new scenarios with rich detail and emotion. Repeat this process nightly for at least several weeks. This routine becomes a sacred ritual, a mental ceremony where you tell your subconscious what to believe and what to bring forth. Such consistency is what turns the imagined into the tangible, the dreamed into the lived. When doubts arise, remind yourself of Helena Blavatsky's profound insight. Belief, more powerful than any external proof, is the true catalyst for transformation. Resisting the urge to share your progress is challenging yet essential. Society conditions us to externalize our victories, to seek validation, likes, or comments. Yet, once you voice your intentions prematurely, you risk inviting skepticism or doubt, which can intrude upon your mental clay and warp your carefully crafted design. Imagine tending a garden and continuously touching the delicate blossoms before they bloom fully. This disturbance weakens growth and delays fruition. Many people, like the shop owner who received a laugh instead of support for his visualization method, faltered when external voices seeded insecurities. Helena Blavatsky emphasized that the inner realm is sacred and private. By protecting your process from outside noise, you preserve its transformative power. The lesson is clear and liberating. Trust the invisible workings of your mind. Live as if your new reality already exists without demanding proof. Act with the quiet confidence of a sculptor shaping clay or a gardener awaiting first blooms. Over time, your surroundings, relationships, and opportunities will align themselves with your inner narrative. One silent man, after persistent nightly rewrites of his social anxiety, found himself naturally engaging with new friends and thriving in social circles months later. His inner belief had radiated outward, changing his behavior and the response he received. This demonstrates a universal truth repeated by Helena Blavatsky and many wisdom traditions. Reality bends to the will of the mind that truly believes. As you reflect on this, consider incorporating these timeless secrets into your own life. Choose one memory or moment that stirs unresolved emotion. Rewrite it vividly with joy and certainty. Repeat this sacred act regularly, preserving it within the quiet chambers of your soul. Embrace silence and trust as your allies on this transformative journey. When you do so, you will witness your world shift in remarkable ways. Sometimes subtly, sometimes magnificently, but always genuinely. And when these changes unfold, remember to hold fast to that private, sacred confidence that Helena Blavatsky so eloquently taught. A trust in the unseen currents shaping your destiny. Thank you for being here and sharing in this exploration. If you feel inspired, join our community by subscribing and engaging with future content. Together, we can continue to unlock the mysteries of the mind and manifest the lives we truly desire. The next step awaits, inviting you to dive even deeper into the art of conscious creation. Keep your heart open, your faith strong, and prepare for the amazing adventures that lie ahead. Your journey is just beginning and the best is yet to come.